Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Media Mania Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the Media Maverick Mike Loden, and joining me is the modern day gentleman, Jerry Swirls. Jerry, welcome back to the show for
Glad to
our
be
night
back.
two night two review of WWE SummerSlam.
I'm happy to be back, Mike. I'm trying to get my camera back on. Oh,
Oh, we lost we lost him for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Well, while we're waiting, what were y'all's thoughts on night two before we get into our recap? What were y'all's thoughts? Like, let us know in the comments.
Happen that didn't just happen. We had a
It
botch.
did not.
We just had a
We're gonna go.
botchamania moment, guys. I'm so
We're gonna
sorry. All right, I am
Botchamania,
very
Botchamania,
botchamania.
Botchamania.
yeah, I should have sent that to Matthew. That was not what I anticipated to happen. Once again, let's just cut cut out. Let's control alt delete. Forget all that ever happened. Ladies and gentlemen, the Media Mania Podcast is back. The Media Maverick, Mike, the modern day gentleman, Jerry Swirls. We are here to review night two of SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mike, boy, I gotta say, we kind of had some doubts about night two going into to topping night one. Like almost as in professional wrestling, as we say, follow that. I think night two kind of kept up with night one equally, if not just a little bit better in a sense. Would you agree, or do you think night one was a little bit better still?
I still think night one was a little bit better, but it's not by much. The margin is not by much.
I would say the margin is more like the happy medium. It's actually kind of. Did you feel like there? And I know we'll talk about one particular ad we'll look at later as we go through this broadcast, but I think WWE has found the sweet spot of ads. Like, obviously, commercials are one thing; you have to have that, obviously. But I felt like they weren't trying to push it down your throat during any of the matches.
No,
Something felt different about this premium live event with SummerSlam. Wouldn't you agree?
it did. It felt different. The and just right off the bat with night two, like right off the bat, the very first match, we start with what was supposed to be a one-on-one match with Finn Balor and Sami Zayn for the number one contenders match, and out comes Nick Aldis, and he says, "I'm gonna turn this into a triple threat." In what? In out comes the ring general Gunther. Then 2 seconds after Gunther gets in the ring, here comes Nick Aldis again. I didn't say this was gonna be the last person in the match. Then he turns into a fatal four-way, and out comes the returning Kevin Owens.
Boy, we got thrown a curveball into this match because I don't think we were expecting that. I mean, we knew Kevin Owens was going to come back at some point, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we weren't expecting him to be in a match per se, let alone on SummerSlam.
He fought to come back from that neck injury. That could have been it. That could have been his end. Like that neck injury. Like we saw with Edge. It took him what over almost 10 years to
Almost
come
10 years,
back.
yeah, almost 10 years exactly, right on the dot when he came back at the Rumble, and we all thought, and what a breath of fresh air it was to see Kevin Owens return. As much as it was, I got to say, everybody, it was a good opening match for SummerSlam. A really good opener. Everybody got their stuff in. Everybody had a part to play. At first, the way it was going, I thought you and I both thought Sami Zayn was going to win somehow, or Gunther was actually. I'm afraid. I think Gunther was going to win. Like,
My original predictions before it got turned into the fatal four way, I was going with Balor because like Balor has done everything the company had asked of him. He was in the Judgment Day for God forever,
mm, right.
and he pretty much is done. He's won the IC title. He's won the Universal title. He's won the NXT title. I he's won the Universal, and he needs like, and he's never gotten a like proper world title reign. Because as you remember, like, he this is when he fought Seth for the inaugural. Universal title. He got injured and he had to relinquish it after 24 hours. He never got to have
He
an
never got a
official main
proper
title
run.
run.
He never got a proper run. And can I just say something about this singles match turning into a four-way? It's a good
Hmm.
thing, and it's also in a way not such a good thing. I know there'll be people in the comments saying disagreeing with me. Here's the thing. It's great that we got Kevin Owens to come back. It's kind of also great that we got Gunther in this match too. But to me, as an outsider, it kind of makes me feel like, wait, so does that mean those two aren't capable of putting on an individual match together? Like, I don't know if that we all want to get the pop. Yes, it just I've noticed this trend with WWE where it's like if the original match isn't going to sell in their eyes, which because to me, Finn Balor and Sami Zayn, it's a money making match. I mean, these two never really had a singles match with each other. I can't recall the last time they've had a singles match against each other, unless I'm missing something from like the late 2010s or the early 2020s. Now, it's just to me like adding Kevin Owens was a surprise, and adding Gunther was also a surprise too. I feel like Kevin Owens winning it does good for him, and it makes me also wonder like, oh my god, are they really going to pull the trigger on him finally and give him actually a proper world title? Because when he was the Universal Champion, I thought him and Chris Jericho were going to main event. I think a lot of us thought that back in 2017 when it was WrestleMania in Orlando, and I remember going to that live thinking, oh my god, they are going to be the main event. They're going to be the main event of the show, but
We have
it and
we have a comment from a viewer. Finn definitely was done dirty tonight with the Fatal Four Way.
okay, I thought so. I thought that I really really thought that it just reminded me of like, oh man, like I'm happy for Kevin Owens. Don't get me wrong, like I'm
Hmm.
very
Oh,
happy for
definitely.
him. But it's just it also creates a thing where it's like, do they trust Finn Balor in the back? Do they feel like can he be the guy who will one day take that title reign and actually be something for the company instead of just a guy who's put into these certain matches and everything? I feel bad for Finn.
Hmm.
I truly, truly feel bad for Finn. I mean, I think everybody in chat will say like Sami Zayn not winning is kind of a good thing, and I like Sami Zayn. I do. It's just I feel like we've seen the trope of him being the underdog. That whole story has been overplayed, and I feel like we're seeing a bit of a transition with him now. So hopefully we can see where this goes. But maybe this will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, like you and I talked about, fight forever, right?
Hmm.
So I
Sorry,
mean,
I'm sharing out the stream. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
oh no, 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 you're fine. By
Uh,
the way, to anybody that's watching this right now, come check out our review. If you're just tuning in right now, that's the Media Maverick Mike. I'm the modern day gentleman, Jerry Swirls. We are here reviewing SummerSlam from
we have a
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hit like.
another comment. We have another comment.
Oh boy.
The underdog needs to be done, and Sammy needs to go away and come back and become what Karrion Cross said he was meant to be. So I agree. I agree because like Karrion Cross before he was released from WWE was in Sammy's ear telling him what he needed to be world champion. He was trying to prove that Sammy could be more than like he could go to that dark place to become champion and like use that dark to finally become something he was always meant to be because the underdog angle is, I think, played out.
Oh, it is, and I think it's just like it's always the reliability of playing it safe for a lot of the things. It's like you need to give the other guys an opportunity. Like Finn Balor definitely deserves to be the world champ, WWE
Hmm.
champion at some point in time.
Yep.
But as we keep rambling on and talking about this, what would you grade this match, and
I
how
give. I would give it a solid B plus. I'd give it a B plus.
a B plus? I'm gonna give it an A. This actually was it caught me it made me feel it was a surprise. And the guy that actually won, win, who actually was the surprise, won the match. So it threw us for a curveball. So I mean, I'm gonna give it an A. I think to me, if
I was gonna if it was Finn that came out on top, I would have gave it to A. But I was hell bent on wanting Finn to win and get that world title shot.
I think to me, it's still a good. I think an A would be justified still, even without Finn winning. I think it'll be a matter of time. If Top Light isn't going to be right now, I hope Finn isn't that utility player and he falls into that line like Dolph Ziggler and all these other people that became that. Let's hope that isn't the case. I'm not trying to put that out there. I want to
Do you think
see
he'll
Finn Balor win the.
become? Do you think he'll become like a Sean Spears role, like a player coach?
I don't think he'll be a Sean Spears role. He'll be more like the Dolph Ziggler. He'll be the gatekeeper. He'll be the guy that wins a lot of matches. I don't want that for him though. I want him to win the world title at least once, even if it's not the WWE title. Maybe it could be the world title. Maybe let him get that and train him back over to Raw and face whoever that champion's going to be between Roman Reigns and spoiler alert between Roman Reigns and but we're getting Kevin Owens versus CM Punk now, for the WWE title at some point. I'm looking forward to that. I
Well,
am.
I want to go back to I want to mention something about last night before we get to the next match. The jacket that CM Punk wore. You saw it. You saw what I said.
Yes.
You had the. If you go back and watch some of Cody Rhodes' original stuff when he was first getting into the WWE, he had a pair of green trunks on that had his initials CR, Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
And Punk came out last night with the green jacket that had his initials CM.
Well, that and it was also originally supposed to be a the Minnesota um
Yeah.
I think from baseball or
Well,
basketball I think it was.
there's been, but a lot of people a couple people that Cody has feuded with, like take Seth Rollins in their Hell in a Cell match that Cody had with the torn pec. Seth Rollins wore yellow and black polka dot gear to get in Cody's head because of Cody's father that he always loves to mention. He's the son of a plumber, the American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
So the next
So
guy that Cody Rhodes has to face, he has to wear that person's gear in the future. So basically it's gonna be a trend wherever we go with that. Like that's pretty awesome. That's funny.
like, yeah. Because then Kevin Owens wore a shirt that kind of mocked Dusty Rhodes. It wasn't the son of a plumber. I think it was the
It
son of
was
a security.
it was the
Son of something.
Canadian the son of a Canadian security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
damn. Y'all gotta leave Dusty alone. Like, quit pick. Like, damn.
I don't think
He
it's
said,
picking on Dusty. Imitation is a sincere form of flattery, sir. You should know
it
better
is.
than that. Which,
It is. Yes,
well,
Dad. How many times can you go to that well? Like, how many times can you go to that well?
it's a tribute, not a. It's a tribute in memorial.
It's a
Anyway,
tribute.
so you
Ne-
said B plus, I said A.
yeah. And the next match we had was Mr. Lemon Pepper Steppa Trick Williams versus the returning Baron Corbin for the United States Championship.
Mhm.
Who
You could have
booked this? Who booked this?
you. I have no idea. You could have heard a pin. Maybe producer Paul. Maybe he booked it.
You could hear a pin drop in that arena.
I felt bad for Baron Corbin because it's like he's coming back and his first match is already in a lose-lose situation, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's if he wins, it kind of halts Trick's momentum a little bit, and actually going back. And if Corbin lost, what would have been the point? I mean, I was even saying like when we were watching the stream, like, what if this was just a one-off pay-per-view match and Baron Corbin's just here to put over Trick Williams? It's just a one deal, and then that's it. Like, all
Yeah.
right, see ya. But no, it
Thanks for
looks like
doing
they
the
have
job.
plans.
Thanks for doing the job.
But this match, for what it had its moments. At first, Trick had a lot of offense early on, a lot of offense.
Yeah,
Then
I thought it was gonna be a one side, like just who's gonna beat the hell out of Corbin. Like, really?
it would have been karma
This was
for him for Corbin retiring Kurt Angle. It would have been karma for him.
then we got to talk about it. The one spot in the match with Lil Yachty with the table. The
You mean the
table
Slim
didn't.
Jim table?
Yeah, the table didn't even break. Like the table, I don't know if it was meant to not break or if he just missed the spot on the table. Because should we go into the detail? Should we break that? Should we pull the curtain back on the tables?
If you want. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
everyone, like, I'm sure you know, there's like when there's a table spot, you know, like the table's already kind of meant to break in a certain spot already.
Well, not all of them, but
Not all of
yes,
them. Okay.
not all of them. Some of
I
those
don't know if
table
he just.
spots are real. I will
I
say
don't know if
that.
he,
Some,
I don't know if he just missed his cue. I don't know if he missed his spot. I don't know. I don't know if the table just didn't break. I'm not a fan of celebrities getting involved in a lot of wrestling, but I hope he's okay. Like I don't want anyone to get hurt.
I hope so too, because the way Corbin kind of like shoved Little Yachty the way the table was supposed to go, it just he bounced and rolled off. Like the table was undefeated, ladies and gentlemen, and the infamous
Hmm.
words of Botchamania, "I am the table."
Like I just said, I'm not a big fan of celebrities getting involved in a lot of wrestling, but I don't want no one to get hurt. Like you're not like I don't want someone to go out there and get hurt. That's not the point of wrestling.
We don't want that for anyone. No, of course not. Nobody should ever have to get hurt. It. Let's hope Little Yachty's okay. And as we go into the rest of this match, Baron Corbin, end of days, is your new United States champion.
Hmm.
Kind of, kind of an interesting look for him. I will say this about Baron Corbin: a lot has changed about him in a
Hmm.
sense. And I know we're not. I know you're not the biggest Baron Corbin fan. I'm not saying I'm his biggest fan, but I did notice a few things that were different, like the punches that he was giving straight.
Yeah, he. I just wonder how WWE feels about him still having like because when he re-signed with WWE, he had episodes of MLW Fusion that had not aired yet, and now they're starting to air after he's made his return to WWE. I wonder how WWE and TKO are feeling about that.
I feel like they know that's the case, and they are afraid of showcasing him. It's like one of those. It's a weird situation because, as you know, a long time ago, MLW and WWE were in a big lawsuit back in the day. I don't know if you know
Yeah.
that or not. So
Yep.
there's
Yeah.
some tension between those two parties. So I wonder if this is just MLW trying to stick it to WWE in a sense. If it is, I don't know what good nor bad that is going to do, especially for Baron Corbin. I think it hurts. It ultimately it kind of hurts him more than anything, and it should be a benefit because you just gave this guy your US. You gave this guy his flowers by signing him back and getting like the old Baron Corbin stigma off of him and getting him this new deal. But now there are all these tapings that are coming out, and it's kind of it's an interesting one. It really is, and I hope like this doesn't affect him in the long run. I mean, congratulations on him winning the U.S. title for sure,
Hmm.
absolutely. I mean, it's just where does Trick Williams go from here now?
I hope this doesn't like halt his momentum in a big way because Baron Corbin's what 40 years old.
Yeah, I would say I don't really know the answer off the top of my head.
He's past his 30s. Like I'm you mean just
He's
look
not
at his
bad for, but he
physique.
doesn't look bad though. That's the thing. He doesn't look all. He doesn't
No,
look that. He's in good shape. I mean, he's
he's
like I said
41. He's
before. He's
41.
41. Well, he's
Yep.
41 years old, and his punch. And I gotta say, the punches are a lot more aggressive. Not saying that they were bad before. I mean, there's his timing is a lot better now. I would say since being in WWE, there was something about him like when he was Happy Corbin and like he was in the suit and stuff and doing all that other, after the Lone Wolf persona and after shaving his head, like there was kind of something missing. I feel like we're kind
I
of
mean,
getting that again.
we had the bum Corbin. We had Happy Corbin.
What was it? Just Baron Corbin with JBL for like a little random time. Uh,
Yeah.
and even I still don't know why that was a thing. Allegedly, they don't even know. Like JBL doesn't
No.
know why. Neither does Baron Corbin. It was supposed to be just, I guess, something to get him over. I don't know. I really don't
Yeah,
know.
because
But
yeah, you would think we're having someone like JBL because JBL proclaims to be a wrestling god.
that's the wrestling god. It's the wrestling god.
I don't. There's only
Okay,
right now. There's only one god in pro wrestling, and that's Kenny by God Omega.
fair enough. So, what would you give this match? What would you rate it?
Uh,
Honestly, if we're being
I'd give
honest,
it. I'd give it a C plus. I'd give it a C
C
plus.
plus. See, I would just give it a C. Yeah, I'd say C, just because like something was missing. And it just seemed, and I don't get me wrong, that table spot, I feel bad for Yachty, and let's just hope all the best wishes and recovery if he isn't hurt, and more power to him, of course.
I'm not saying he's hurt, but I just hope he didn't like because that because I just think the take. I don't know if it just like I said. I don't know if it was meant to break or if that's how the spot was planned to go. I hope that's not how they planned that spot. Because if so, whichever agent, if that's how it was meant to go, whatever agent said, "Oh, yeah, that's such good shit." What are you doing? What are you doing booking something like that? That's how you get someone hurt.
Yeah, but how to producer Paul, I guess. Producer Paul's gonna have to be somewhere lurking, watching. Maybe it was him.
And I wish they'd give Baron his old theme song back, "The End of Days." Like that's probably his best song he ever had.
Listen, if you want to talk about theme songs for SummerSlam, I'm still on the high of Nick Aldis coming out to Oasis, Morning Glory, by more of more he coming out to Morning Glory by Oasis. I'm
Like
still on that high.
Corbin has had 5 different theme songs, and only one of them has resonated with fans. Let
Are you
that
talking
let
about?
that sit for a second. Let that sit. Let that sit for a second. 5 theme songs, and only one has been gotten him attention from the fans.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. I will give you that. Um,
Def Rebel. I'm gonna say this right now. A Def Rebel. I'm sorry if you're a Def Rebel fan. Cool for you, but for me, they need to get the fuck away from pro wrestling. Get the fuck away.
I do agree. I mean, listen, Death Rebel doesn't have all the worst songs in the world. They don't hit as good as many people think. Like even Jim Johnson said in an interview, wrestling theme songs as a whole don't mean anything. And I, I I'm not on board with all that. I think there are certain music that you can hit, and certain fans kind of maybe do like it. But ultimately, like when you want a wrestler to come out to like wrestling and music go hand in hand. When your wrestler comes out, you want the fans to feel. You want them to see that when they come out, like, oh, this is that person. Oh, this is freaking Obafemi. Oh, this is Roman Reigns. I mean, like, and their theme songs are made by Def Rebel, ironically enough. You know, that's great. It
Like
was just great.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna move on to the next thing. You had the same band that makes Cody Rhodes' theme song Downstate. You know the band Downstate. They made Cody's current theme song. You have Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, the guy that got released from WWE, went on the Indies, did on a run. He went on a I don't even know if run is the right word for it. He went on a marathon through the Indies and did everything. And he had the same band make him a theme song. Why can't and when he got signed back to WWE, they gave him some generic ass Def Rebel song. Brought him back as Matt Cardona, but didn't use his Downstate song. What the fuck is wrong with you? How can you not get the like? It's the same band as Cody's theme song. Hell, the same band makes the Miz's theme song.
It's true.
You're shitting me. You're shitting me with this Def Rebel stuff. Like, come on. Ain't that hard?
It's not, but you know what? What do we know, right? We know good
I
taste in
don't get. I
music,
don't.
that's for sure.
I don't
Oh,
get. I don't get paid for creative from WWE. I don't get paid for them. Hell, I could write some better shit and they still wouldn't pay me. They say, "Oh, this is our idea. We came up with it."
true. Maybe you and me need to just start creating music together. Maybe we could just start. I'll play the triangle, and you can play the guitar, and we could just make that work for every wrestler's theme song. You just hear a triangle come out every time, and it would still probably sound good. I'm not gonna lie, it would still sound good.
Hell, okay. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. You have Undertaker's like the most iconic thing about his theme song is a gong. Come on, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Anyway, on to the third
On
match.
to the next match. The next match, the women's ladder match for the interim women's title.
We had Chelsea Green, we had Lash Legend, Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill.
Cargill.
Am I missing Cargill? Oh, Cargill. Am I missing anybody, or is that everybody?
It was Jade, Lash, Charlotte, Chelsea, Tiffany.
Oh my God,
Uh,
Chelsea Green. How did I miss that?
Chelsea
How
Green.
did
Yep.
I thought I said Chelsea. I could have sworn I said her name, but I
Ch-
must have
Ch-
missed it.
Ch- Chelsea, Tiffany, Lash, Jade, Charlotte. Yeah, I was
Last Legend.
Charlotte. Yeah, Lash Legend. So it was a 6-woman ladder match. We had a couple run-ins. We had
The baddies.
the baddies, yeah, Meechin and B-Fab from Jade Cargill's little group run in, try to
Hmm.
help Jade basically run off with the title, but that backfired. And we had that power bomb from Lash Legend Lash Legend did a power bomb on Tiffany Stratton onto the ladder while it was in between the ropes, like that just looked nasty. Like that just
You
like
don't see
right on.
stuff like that in WWE ladder matches. I mean, you do, but I don't think on the women's side. I gotta say the MVP of this match was Lash Legend. I'm gonna say that right now. I felt like Lash had such a shine. This made her break out from that tag team she was in with Nia Jax, and I think just as a whole, because I remember her time in NXT. You know, when she had her talk show, lashing out and doing the metaphor with
Mhm.
Noam Dar. Now I feel like this was the match that made her break out into a star. And I feel like we're going to see her in the main event scene a lot more as we
We'll
go
talk about
on.
that before we get into too much more detail about this match. Is it? It's messed up that Lash Legend is the one that broke out from that group. She's the one that broke out. Like two of the other people got released. Like they got released. Noam Dar's in NXT Purgatory. He's not doing nothing. Like he's not doing anything.
He's in a tag team with someone. I mean, he's not doing nothing, but he's doing something. And then you
No,
got Mara
he's
Shade and
doing
T.
nothing. He's doing nothing meaningful.
Okay, fair enough. Mara Shade, she's in TNA, and Aura Menson,
No,
he's on the
no,
Indies.
no, nope, nope.
No, oh, she's not there.
Her contract. Like she's a free agent right now.
Oh my God, what in the what?
Yeah, her
Really?
contract expired. It expired this week. Yep, her contract with TNA expired.
How did I miss that and all that? Well, then again, I don't watch TNA. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, her contract.
uh, I'm sorry. That's my bad. Yeah, my bad, guys.
Another TNA L. Another TNA taking another L. Now, if she resigns,
Oh,
if she resigns, I'll eat my words. But right now, she's like they didn't renew her contract the same day it expired. That's telling you they're trying to make her try to take a pay cut.
isn't Leon
That's
Slater
all
about
I'm
to
saying.
leave too? Isn't Leon Slater about
Mm-hmm.
to leave also?
Yep. Yep.
I read something about him and Cedric Alexander at Lockdown, and this is some I don't think I've ever heard this before. Maybe this is a typo, but one of the sheets said that if Leon City wins, he gets to be the X Division. If he loses, if he loses this match, his previous reign as a whole in TNA will be erased forever.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I
Who
don't.
wrote that? What jackass wrote that? You're gonna erase something from your history from
Lol,
like basically what?
lol, TNA. TNA is going to TNA. That's
Carlos
all I gotta
Silva.
say.
I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna get back to the match. Carlos Silva. I have a message. What the fuck are you doing to TNA? The fuck are you doing? You call yourself a booker?
Listen,
Do you have
man.
someone? Do you have some guy named Delirious booking your shows? Some guy I've never heard of. I know he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. But until I heard about him in TNA. Never heard about him.
He was in Ring of Honor, and he was. You think about Generico, but more insane.
No.
I watched his work before. Delirious is delirious. You know, you get what you get from that. But
But you've gotten rid of every. You keep losing your talent left and right. You just lost Mike Santana just a week or so ago. Now you
it
lose Morrissey this week, and now you've had to lose Leon Slater.
might be a
Hey,
matter of time before
Jeff
TNA gets.
Jeff Jarrett, if you watch this, please come back, save TNA. Scott
Here's what
Steiner, buy TNA, something.
I don't know, man. I think WWE is ultimately going to get this win after all these years, and we're finally going to see that TNA library showcase on
Back
WWE.
to
I hate
back
to
to the
say
match.
it, but
Yeah. Back to the match. Back to the ladder match.
this was
This
awesome. This was an amazing ladder match. At first there was it was just okay. We're going to get all these women involved. We're going to have a tournament. No build whatsoever. Crown an interim champion. Awesome. This match blew it out of the water, I would say. Like there were some good spots. There were some really good spots, I'd say.
hmm they climbed
Uh,
across the ladder, like they moved from one ladder to another on top of the ladder. That was
yes.
that could have gone very wrong very quick.
Everybody had a little bit of hope, like, oh, you didn't know if it was going to be this person, it was going to be that person. Oh, now we're going to get the big ladder spot with the push off to Charlotte and Jade. Chelsea Green, I can't
She played
believe
possum. She played possum.
playing possum, hanging underneath the ladder, getting attacked by the baddies, only for the baddies to get attacked afterwards, and then Chelsea, by the skin of her teeth, by
Stole it.
the
She basically ran away with it.
with the paws of with the nail the claws on her
Go ahead and
paws.
say it. Go ahead and say it. You were wanting to say it about
Say
Michael
what?
Hayes. You were wanting to say it about Michael. Make him eat his words.
Oh no, I don't want to get in trouble. Don't get me in trouble.
If you
All
aren't
right.
gonna say it, I will. I'll say it. Michael P.S.
Take
Hayes.
that, Michael Hayes. Take that, Michael Hayes. And Michael Hayes probably sitting there with that fedora on and that funny looking outfit. I just want to say I'm very happy for you, Chelsea. I'm very happy for you. Yeah.
He's having. I
That,
wonder how that crow tastes. I wonder how that crow tastes.
he's probably going around like this. Got the fedora on. He's probably pacing back and forth like.
Now I gotta eat my words here.
Listen, you know what? He was probably thinking to himself, you know what? I was wrong. Maybe I could have been world champion. Maybe me, Jimmy Garvin, Buddy Roberts. We all could have. And I'm not knocking the Freebirds because I know Miranda Gordy very well, and at least well enough, I should say. And the Freebirds were a big part of professional wrestling with the Von Erichs. Like we can't ignore that history.
Mm-hmm.
On that side, however, producing Michael Hayes, this one you were wrong on, and it was proven right. That Chelsea Green, it can be world champion. And very happy for her. Despite it being the interim champion, it technically is a champion. I mean, we've seen it in AEW.
I can't wait to see Matt Cardona because every time she has won a title, when he was
Actually,
outside of WWE, he would
it's
say
still,
he's one half of the women's champions. I'm one half of the women's United States champion.
and now he's one half of the interim women's world champion. 3 times he's been a champion, if you think about it. Now, I will say this. There was an off-screen moment between Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona. She actually got to share a moment with him by the barricade. Matt had a front row seat to watch it all. Went to see his fiance finally win the big one.
Well,
And now
it's his wife. It's his wife.
his wife. Excuse me, wife. Excuse me. Sorry, I mixed that up a lot. That's my bad. I've been hit on the head one too many times. Sorry, CTE. I'm very happy for them. Honestly, it's only up from here for Chelsea Green, and let's enjoy this reign while we can. That's all I gotta say, because we'll see what happens when Rhea Ripley comes back. We'll see what Chelsea Green can do with that title, and I hope maybe there'll be a little bit of a fire lit under her, and we'll probably see her have an even longer run, and maybe she might even beat Rhea Ripley when she comes back to be the undisputed WWE Women's Champion.
Maybe we have to wait and see. So, what is your final grade for this match?
You know what? B plus. I'm gonna give this a B plus because great spots, great energy. Everybody again got their stuff in. Almost about everybody. Lash Legend was the MVP of the match. Chelsea Green winning was a big surprise for a lot of people. The right call, honestly. It was the only person out of everybody that was there. Stephanie Stratton, Women's United States Champion. Lash Legend, maybe. Charlotte Flair, it's probably the safe thing to do. Chelsea Green is probably the only person could have that was a curveball. It was a wild card, essentially. We've seen Jade as the women's champion, but to me, Chelsea Green winning is everything. It shows validation, and I'm very
I
happy
want to
for
ask you
her.
this. I want to ask you this. Do you think Chelsea winning was the planned end finish, or do you think she might have gone into business for herself? That there's no one else in the ring. There's no one. I don't. Or do you think that was the planned?
No,
And do you,
absolutely not.
and do you think Michael P.S. Hayes had anything to do with that ending?
Can I be honest with you about WWE Unreal for a second? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like and this has just got me thinking. I feel like they know that the people are gonna watch, and I feel like they're in on it. They're in on the joke. Listen, we all want to be fans. We're all fans at heart. I mean, listen, I do professional wrestling. Obviously, you're in training right
Mm-hmm.
now. It's just we're in the business, and we've known that. I've done this for almost 9 years now, and to me, when I first heard about Unreal, I was like, are they really gonna pull the curtain back and know everything about WWE? It's stuff we kind of already know, other than the writers' room and all the bullcrap that goes on in there. I mean, there's some elements of realism, of course, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also elements of I wonder if the people at Netflix, the people at SBN, all these masters that Triple H and everybody on the creative team have to serve. I feel like they saw this and they were like looking at all the reactions of the people that rightfully deserve it. Because I kind of want to talk about SummerSlam as a whole for just one quick second. Like as a whole, it felt like it catered to everybody, not just the people at TKO, but it catered to the fans. I feel like this was the one that I think was refreshing. It felt good, and this is somebody that doesn't really watch the product full time. There was less
Mm-hmm.
ads other than your commercials, and like I said, we'll get to one ad in a second in the semi main. But honestly, like something about this was good. It was refreshing. It felt like the right people went over. Maybe a couple matches, of course, but to me, this is validation for the fans because I feel like the fans at the end of the day got a good ass show on both nights from top to bottom, which is rare if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If I had to give this match a grade, it'd be a B plus.
Okay.
There's some good spots like the one spot with Lash and Tiffany striking in power with Tiffany getting powerbomb onto that. That was just like in the women's ladder matches, you don't see them doing a lot of spots like that where like you see like they're actually getting like really putting their bodies through some hell.
Yeah,
You see that more
absolutely.
in the you see that more in the men's ladder matches and more in men's extreme matches than you do in the women's.
And it's not to say that the women's matches don't do cool spots because they do. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
I feel like this one stepped above. I think this one has to be the standard of
yeah.
multi women ladder matches. I feel like this is the standard, in my opinion. So
The next match we have on the card, oh God help me, is Danhausen versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Human Monies on a pole match. God help me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it was great. It was everything that I called from top to bottom. I was like, okay. So, because I mean, listen, a pole match in professional wrestling. When have we never heard that before? When have we never rolled our eyes? This was fucking entertaining. I mean that. This was amazingly entertaining. Now, I felt like the time was a little shorter and maybe they could have gone on a little bit longer. But listen, we had JD McDonough come out, trying to sabotage Dominic Mysterio, or excuse me, Danhausen. Then you had the Minihausens come out, especially El Torito Hausen making his return after a little
Yeah.
while. I'm not gonna lie, there was one spot in particular where mini El Torito Hausen
Hmm.
did the flip outside on JD and his head bounced on that barricade. I was like, oh my god. I felt
Yeah.
I felt I was a little worried at first.
There's
Then,
been a few. There's been a few spots on both nights that made like, I hope they're, man, God, let them be okay after that, especially after like Punk going through that announce table last night, just and his head bouncing on the like, just
yeah,
landed dead on his head.
like Jesus. And then we had El Cerritohausen, and then we also had a couple other spots. Actually, we
Little
found this out.
Yachty,
Brie Bella, yeah, little Yali, Brie Bella. She had a
yeah,
she has a shoulder injury now, which we didn't even know
yeah,
about. Which kind of makes me feel bad about our last review we did yesterday for night one. Like I
yeah.
was kind of wondering, like, why is Brie just pacing back and forth? And I felt bad. Like I hope she's okay. I hope all
I
this.
hope this does like, because now if she's out hurt, that leaves Nikki by herself as the heel, and if Brie has to have surgery, that's gonna, I'm sure that messes up their plans for the Bellas now.
Is it just me, or is it just a curse? No pun intended. On the Bellas, like when they try to go for the tag titles, one gets
Didn't
injured and then the other.
didn't they have an interaction with Danhausen a couple times?
Oh my god, I think you're
On
right.
Yeah, so maybe
Oh
Danhausen put a curse on them.
well, what Danhausen didn't do was lose this match because he also had backup in Joe Hendry. He's not here. He didn't appear for me. I'm sorry.
Don't say his name, Jesus.
And Joe Hendry.
All right, one of these days he's gonna pop out behind me. One of these days
Oh,
he's gonna
well,
pop
listen.
out.
He came out and he saved Danhausen. He hit a guitar on JD McDonough, and there was just a moment right there where Dominic and Danhausen were looking at each other through the human monies. And then come to find out, as they're reaching and trying to claw for this fall, Danhausen eats it on the ropes, standing there, but he still has enough energy to say, "You are cursed," to Dirty Dom Mysterio. And then magical pyro sped out, and Dominic eats it off the pyro. And then finally,
Yeah.
Danhausen wins the Human Monies match. But wait, there's more, because guess what? He gave out the Human Monies to everybody. And you want to know what the funny part was?
Hmm.
It wasn't even real money. It was Danhausen's face on these fake dollar bills. I'm not even joking. He's throwing them out to fans, and I'm like, oh my god, he's giving this out to fans. This is amazing. What lucky audiences. I mean, Nick Khan got a payday tonight, brother. Do you not know how important that is? The guy that is the CEO of WWE got a payday from Danhausen. What the fuck is going on here? And then come to find out, the camera shot shows the human monies with Danhausen's face on it, which makes me wonder, like, if Dominic Mysterio won the human monies match and opened up the sack, would he have been? Would that have sucked for him to
It
win
would have.
and know that it wasn't real money? I
Which
mean,
leads me to
holy
my
shit!
question. It leads me to my question. What does this do to Dirty Dom now? Like on the, does this like, is he kind of just lost in the shuffle right now? Like doing like,
Well, look at it like this: he's in AAA. He's the AAA Mega Champion. He's in a big feud with El Grande Americano. He's the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in AAA, and it is owned by WWE. So, I mean, with Dominic being on the main roster as opposed to him in AAA, I feel like after this for Dominic, it's just going to be a rebound. Honestly, they should have just ended the Judgment Day at this point in time. I feel like this is where Judgment Day just needs to break up as a whole, or at least kick him and JD out somehow, and then it could be the Judgment Day could be all women. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that because at least Liv and Raquel were a team. At least her and Roxanne Perez, who I can't believe I've forgotten about, is still there. I think she's injured, actually. I'm going to rephrase that. Like, you could do them as the Freebirds. And I know we joked about it earlier, but they could be the Freebirds of the WWE Women's Tag Team Division. I'm
like
serious.
you got Raquel. She's now the women's IC champ.
She's
So
she's
she's the
the
world champ.
woman, Roxanne. She's there. If they can probably get like them to hold one of it, whether it be one or the other. Eventually, if Liv loses the title, keep them as a trio. Make them your Freebirds. Make them your New Day. Make them the ones to hold the women's tag titles and bring prestige to those tag belts. I'm not going to
Hmm.
wait for the Bellas. I'm sorry. But like
No.
Dom and JD, they need to go do their own thing. Dom can go in AAA and go run roughshod over there because he's doing amazing work in AAA. Some of the
JD
best
just
work.
like I want the ace back.
JD,
I need the ace. I want the ace back.
I think honestly, would it be the worst thing in the world? I want to ask you this: would it be the worst thing in the world to put him in NXT like Grayson Waller is right now? Would it
We
be
got to
the
talk about
worst?
Grayson Waller. Okay, we're gonna talk about this for just a split second.
Okay,
Grayson Waller.
okay, okay.
Like
Go ahead.
Grayson Waller. Oh man, he went on NXT with a live mic. I want to know how much of that was like was any of that planned? Was it not planned? Did he just go out there and just shoot from the fucking hip?
Well, in my opinion, it felt organic and it felt real. Now, I will say the one thing that did kind of throw me off was he called Austin Theory Mario Jannetty. I'm like, it's not true. If he's Mario Jannetty, why does he have a sensational Sherry around his arm and a whole fucking stable with him too? I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but
I'm
it
just saying.
but it's valid though. It's a valid point that Grayson made though. Because like yeah, Austin Theory is the current one half of the champs, but how many times has he been repackaged? How many times?
Well, listen.
You had
When Vince
you
McMahon
had him
left
you
when
had
Vince
him with
McMahon okay,
you had him with Johnny Gargano at one point. You had him with Vince McMahon.
yes, just
You've had him with Seth Rollins. You've had him with Grayson Waller, and now you have him with the Vision. You've repackaged him 5 times.
but you gotta admit the Vince McMahon was probably the best one of his career. I mean, was he gonna win the world title at some point? Who's to really say? I don't
He
think
beat John
so.
Cena. I'll say this: he beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I will give him that all day long. He beat the GOAT at WrestleMania.
Yes.
But the stupid era of him taking the selfies and all, that was Tyler Breeze's shit. He took that from Tyler Breeze, Pretty Boy
Well,
Floyd.
to be fair, Vince McMahon gave him Tyler Breeze's gimmick.
Still stupid. Also, Tyler Breeze did it a lot better and had more style doing it.
He did. He did. Yep, he did for sure. I 100% agree with that. Tyler Breeze, I felt like was a very underrated talent in WWE,
I'll say this
and
before I give my grade for the Danhausen match. Grayson Waller, I think, is going to go on a tear in NXT to prove a point.
I think we finally see him win the title. I really do. I think he should win the title, and I'm glad the NXT men's division has somebody with a backbone and a credible threat in a way. Because you
Mm-hmm.
have Tony DeVito, you have the newly signed Mike Santana, aka Cruz Montana.
You have Evil from New Japan.
Yes, you have Evil, you have Mason Rook, who's kind of hovering over there right now. Like, that's not a bad lineup. And I know Mason Rook gets a lot of heat, but I feel like
You mean Will Cruz? I'm sorry, I don't call him Mason Rook. I will call him Will Cruz to my dying day because
okay,
he was over as hell on the UK indie scene with that name.
but this is the
Like
thing, and it's,
he got signed because of that, so he's Will Cruz. You can call him Mason Rook all day. The fans that know him as Will Cruz.
but a lot of fans were bashing him. And remember, the UK scene is different from the WWE scene, and he
Mm-hmm.
is going to have that stigma on him for probably the I don't want to say maybe the rest of his career probably of like looking the way that he looks, even though there have been bigger guys. It's just it's an aesthetic business. People want to see guys that look like they can kill you, you know. And I don't know. Maybe he'll be one of the guys
Like they
that
cut his hair, they cut his mullet. That was one of the things that was cool was his mullet, and he doesn't look good without the mullet.
yeah, that, and I feel like if he grew a beard out, maybe there's a chance. But I mean, he might be the upper mid card guy at most. Maybe he'll probably win the NXT title. I don't know. I kind of hope the best for the of that situation for that men's division because the women are killing it right now in NXT. Truthfully, like they
Here,
are seriously
my
straight up.
my my grade for the Danhausen match, Danhausen Dirty Dominant Human Money's on a pole match. I'm giving it a C minus.
C minus.
C minus.
C minus. That was a B minus, sir. It was a B minus. You know what? I should say
No.
A plus just to piss you off. Because I know you hated that. Yeah, I know it would just eat you alive. You know, it would eat you because you know what would have been better is if we had the New York Knicks and the Harlem Globetrotters dribbling the mini houses like basketballs, and it would have been perfect, perfect. Oh my
I'm gonna
God,
regret this.
they could have
I'm
just
gonna
been throwing
regret.
the mini houses right at Dominic Mysterio when he's
I'm
trying to
gonna.
climb up.
I'm gonna regret saying this, but where's Vince Russo when you need him? Where's Vince Russo?
Vince, if
Where's
you're
Vince
Vince
Russo?
Russo, Vince Russo, if you're watching this, I'm giving you material here to say on your bro.
Better yet,
I'm
original
telling you,
announcer.
Vince. I'm
Better yet,
telling
original
you,
announcer.
it's going to be great. No, we don't need him, bro. I am telling you. I swear, it is going to be perfect. The Harlem Globetrotters are going to dribble the mini houses, and they're going to throw, and they're going to shoot them like basketballs at Dirty Dominic Mysterio as he's climbing up the pole for the human monies. It's going to be money, bro. At
All
least if
right,
not there, do something JCW.
move. What is your final grade? You said it's B minus,
I said B plus, sir. You know
B
what?
plus.
Now, no, because you said that, I'm saying A plus because it had all the effects of comedy thrown in
Ladies and
there. Like,
gentlemen, please ignore the bondage gentleman. He just his A plus. He pulled it. He pulled it from thin air. He pulled it out of his
no,
ass.
it's an A. It
Listen.
was great. It was
He pulled it
hilarious.
out of his ass. He pulled it out of his
It's the
ass.
kind of stuff in wrestling that makes me feel Maverick. All right, so let me feel.
He pulled a William Regal. He pulled a William Regal when William Regal would pull the brass knuckles out of his trunk. That's where he pulled it at. He pulled it out just to play dirty. He pulled it out.
I didn't play dirty. I was just telling it like it is because it made me laugh. That
I
to me, you
respect
know
that.
what? You know what? I would say that this is almost match of the night. But you know what was match of the night? Was our
Show's
next
over.
match.
Show's over.
No,
I'm
no,
getting
hold
ready
on.
to end the show.
No,
Show's
I
over.
wasn't done.
Show's over.
I was not done talking. I was not done. Did you not hear me? I said it would have almost been match of the night until this next match. And it was Chad Gable challenging for the Intercontinental Championship against Penta.
Yep.
Oh my God. His match with El Grande when he was the original El Grande Americano against
Mhm.
El Grande Americano was great. This
Mhm.
was probably close to that. A little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, and a little bit of sizzle. It was good. I gotta give it that because
The
you
problem
had
is,
your
like,
yeah
congrats to Chad Gable for winning the IC title. I believe that
yeah.
this is what is that his first singles title that he's won?
He's been a tag team
Uh,
champion for so many years, for almost 10 years now. He finally
didn't
won
he
a
win
single
the
title.
didn't he win the 24/7 title at one point?
No,
No, he never won. I thought he was one of those people chasing it in those all that time when they were doing the 24/7.
no, absolutely not. No,
No.
I think he might have been chasing it probably when he was Shorty G, but he did win the speed title, but it was as El Grande Americano, and that kind of funneled over to the other El Grande Americano, the real El Grande Americano, the only
Farce. Everyone knows the original and the only El Grande is Chad Gable.
the only El Grande Americano, the one that speaks the language, the one that tethers at the hearts, the one that makes you feel.
You mean
Ludwig
the
Kaiser.
do you mean the German guy playing Mexican luchador? You
Do
mean
you have a
from?
problem? Do you have a problem with Ludwig Kaiser?
Yes, I have a problem with him. My problem is how do you fumble someone like Tiffany fucking Stratton? That's my fucking problem.
What? Fumble. He
Fumble.
upgraded. My man
You
upgraded.
you
He's a hero in
out of
AAA.
your rabbit
No.
you're out
Don't
of
give
your
me that. No.
rabbit
I'm not.
ass mind.
No. Because that man is a national treasure. That man is a hero
No,
in
there's
Mexico.
only one national treasure in wrestling.
No. He is going to be AAA Mega Champion. He is the face of AAA under the WWE banner. He has a smoking hot Mexican girlfriend, which I'm very happy for them, and I love that very much as well. This man punched a dude for saying some horrific shit to his girlfriend, and rightfully so. The words that came out of his mouth that I'm not going to repeat on this podcast because that's a whole can of worms that I don't think you and I want to open up and cause some ruckus in the comments section.
Yes, he did defend his girlfriend. Yes, but
Defended his
my
girl.
beef, I will always say he fumbled somewhat. He didn't upgrade in my opinion. I don't like.
He
They're gonna
upgraded
be on
to
the same level. They're on the same level. I'll give it same level as Tiffany Stratton. I'm not gonna
You
say
want the truth?
upgraded.
No. You want to know the truth about Tiffany Stratton? Who's
Hmm.
showing off trading cards of wrestlers, and you mess up Sergeant Slaughter's name by calling him STT Slaughter? Again, she probably didn't know, and I feel bad for her, but I'm just saying, Ludwig's doing great as a Grande Americana.
He is. But
I gotcha, got him.
no, and you don't. I just feel like Chad, I was done dirty with. He's finally getting done right now.
Yes,
But I do think, like, since he won the speed title when he was O'Reilly, that should transfer over to his title reign, like on his list of title reigns. I don't know. I'm not WWE. I don't book their stuff.
I don't either. We're not there.
That's Triple Nose. That's Paul. That's Paul Levesque.
It is. Now,
But
I do want to say, go ahead.
I would give this match.
Well, before you give it a grade, an A,
Oh,
I'm going to give it an A as well. An A as well. I'm going to give that an A. To me, it was a great match. The only thing that I have an issue with was after the match. He got to celebrate with his family. He got to do all that. Bring his dad in, bring his daughters in, his wife. A beautiful moment for them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, WWE just had to get their ad membership in with the mug root beard. Is it a dog or a cat?
This thing's a dog. I think
It's a dog? It's a dog. They had to have that mascot standing up there. I was like, oh my God, there's somebody under there. Chad Gable's next challenger. Nope. It's sponsoring root beer. They just had to get one in there. Somebody from TKO was just sitting there like, okay, there's no ads here going on right now. Nick Khan was probably sitting there like, okay, we need an ad right now. An ad. Okay. There's got to be a match here. Chad, come here. Chad, come here. Listen, big moment for you, all right? I know it's going to be with you, your family, and the mug dog from Mug Root Beer. Go out there and go create a sponsorship for me. And then when it finally happened, Chad was probably thinking, what? He's cutting this beautiful promo, just put himself in a hell of a match with Penta. And the last thing that people are going to remember is the Mug Dog Root Beer standing on the apron and the sponsorship showing the root beer ad. What in the fuck, TKO?
TKO is going to TKO.
Ha, for real. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I just don't. And Nick Khan was probably going.
Sorry, I was going to say, go ahead and finish it because I have a big.
No, you're good. You're good.
If you've ever watched a boxing match, I'm going to do this in my own little way. If you ever watched the announcer for Michael Bublé, whatever I can't pronounce his last name, I'm going to mess it up, but he always says, now it is time for the main event. We have the OTC Roman Reigns, your world heavyweight champion, versus he is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is the architect. Seth freaking Rollins.
Who had a Shield entrance, mind you, not to the Shield for a second, and then Seth is coming out to this, I guess, Buzz Lightyear inspired gear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that what it was? Okay. Toy Story 5 came out, so that makes sense. And then we didn't have a long Roman Reigns entrance, which I was very surprised about. I was very, very surprised about that. It was a lot more shorter. They got straight to the point. It was a good match. I mean, it's a Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns match. If you've seen it before, I think this one is one of their better matches. I would say.
I counted like 5. I think spears. I think he did like 5 spears in that match.
5 spears, and then Seth even did a taunted Roman in the middle of the match. So, I mean, It was what it was.
I love
And I was
the video package. The video package, like the video packages they did for it, really kind of sold the match. Like that sold
absolutely,
the match.
of
It
course.
showed their history. It showed their history from the time they started in the Shield together to now.
And look at them; they
Plan
put on some
Plan
really
B.
amazing matches.
Pl- Plan B. There's always a Plan B.
Yes, there is.
That
And
that
now
steel chair. That steel chair to the back is what started it all.
it's still to this day a big part of this era's wrestling. Like I mean, I, Michael Cole said this on commentary. They have been pioneers of WWE. They never left, and they've always been here holding the guard down. Are you sure that? I mean, okay.
Roman Reigns ain't always there. I'm sorry, Cole.
I,
You
I,
like
I
he.
was
Uh,
well. There was also a part where I kind of took that as, oh, so we're just going to reference AEW and John Moxley leaving WWE. Is that what we're referencing to? I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
well,
But now to make it,
I'm
now
I'm
that you
gonna quote.
mention it,
I- I'm gonna quote John Moxley for just a second. He said that in his last official WWE interview. I walked up to this table years ago. I went all in. I got my chips and now I'm cashing out. He took his chips and he left. He won the game. He said he won the game.
he did. He did. And now he's happily married to Renee Young. He's got a beautiful Renee Paquette, I should say. Excuse me. He's got a beautiful daughter. He's got his whole life ahead of him. I mean, he's gotten to go places that a lot of people wish they could go. To be honest, he's having the
And
time
he's
of
done a
his.
lot. Like he's done a lot since he left WWE. He's like WWE. Like he started acting when he was in WWE, but then he did more acting after he left. He's won multiple titles in AEW, multiple titles in Japan. He's won titles in Japan, AEW, GCW,
Hog,
like
hog wrestling.
House of Glory. Hell, even
How's the Lord?
before he was ever with WWE, he'd won titles in CZW, Combat Zone
Yep.
Wrestling. So he's had a career. He's been there, done that. Like no one can say he doesn't have a Hall of Fame career.
Nobody can. Nobody can ever take that away from him.
He
So,
won the IC title in
U.S.
WWE. He
title,
won the US title, tag titles, the world title, or
Grand
WWE
Slam
title. I'm
champion.
sorry.
He's a Grand Slam champion.
Hmm.
He's a Grand Slam champion. So, as we knew, the outcome was kind of predictable. Roman Reigns finally hit that last spear, 1, 2, 3. What would you give their match on all the matches that
Well,
they've had?
before I give my grade, I want to talk about what happened after the match,
Go
after the
ahead.
1, 2, 3. Seth, well, no, Roman and Seth were both sitting in opposite corners after the match was there. Like they were just like, damn, what a match. Roman gets up, he goes to the middle of the ring, and he does the Shield. He puts his fist out like the Shield. Seth gets up, and they do the Shield fist bump, like the days of old. So I finally think Roman and Seth can move past what had happened, and I think Roman is finally ready to forget that and ready to just be ready to like mend that fence with Seth now.
Does that mean they're going to team up in a future War Games match at some point?
I could see it.
Or
I could honestly
what?
see it because
Seth is going to be in
there's
the bloodline? How is that going to.
I don't think he'll join the bloodline. I think like it's gonna be there's an old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So then who? So that makes Seth a heel then? Would that be the case? Or, I mean,
No,
are the bloodlines.
I think
Wait, so I'm just trying to make sure I understand. The bloodlines are all heels, right?
I think they're kind of tweening. I don't know. I think it's just
I don't know either.
WCW is tweening
Okay, I got
because
you.
Jacob is not really attacking people unless you piss him off, like
Right.
or unless Roman like he doesn't listen to Jimmy or Jay. He only listens to Roman.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So I
Because
wonder
Jimmy and
what.
Jay, since he's joined the bloodline, have tried to get him to be more heelish. He's like, I'm just trying to I'm just here. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
For real. I wonder where this is all gonna go afterwards for them. I really want to
I don't
know.
know. But my grade for this match, I would give this match an A. I would give it an A.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an A minus. I've seen the match too. I've seen the match so many times, and obviously they delivered. Obviously they pulled out all the stops, the multiple spears, the revert, the usage of their
Pedigree.
finishers, the pedigree, the curb stomp, the buckle bombs, both on each
Hmm.
on one on the other. You can't deny it was a perfect match. It was a perfectly good match,
Hmm.
and I give it a solid A
And
minus.
and as I said again, the video package, like went back and showed all the history, and it really that helps sell the match. It helps sell a match. Anyone that says, "Oh, the video package don't mean shit," you're a damn liar.
I was gonna
Because
say I was sold
I'm
on
gonna
the
use
Danhausen video
I'm gonna
package.
use I'm gonna use one video package as an example.
Go ahead.
Rock Rock versus Austin, WrestleMania 19.
Um, yes.
Austin, do you remember the last two times you went one with the great one? I whooped your ass not once, but twice. And then Limp Biscuit plays. It was My Way by Limp Biscuit.
Yep, that's true.
And
It
it was
was
like, and Jim Ross in the promo said, "It's not about titles. It's not about money. It's personal." And it helped sell it like that. It made it feel like a big fight was coming. Like like you had two people that helped define an era. One final blow off match, and it was Austin's last match, and it made it feel like a big fight feel.
it was perfect. It was perfectly well executed, and it told the story. You know, for the that's a really great example. I think to me, one of the best promo packages I've actually seen. John Cena and The Rock. Actually, let me go back further. John Cena and Randy Orton with Civil Twilight, Letters from the Sky. From both those
I I
promos.
I have another one. I have another one. It's John Cena, Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 30.
Oh, yes. For John Cena's legacy, essentially.
You're a liar, John Cena.
It
All, all praise be to the words of hustle, loyalty, and respect. Then Legacy by Eminem starts playing.
was perfect.
That
It
was
was awesome.
another awesome video package.
Bray Wyatt should have won that night. Bray Wyatt definitely should have won that match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, R.I.P. Wyndham Rotunda.
RP Winter Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, aka The Fiend. So, overall, night two of SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota. What would be your overall grade, and what do you think happens next after SummerSlam?
I gotta give this SummerSlam a B plus. Just like the last one. I think the whole pay-per-view collective together was a B plus. Both shows delivered. Both shows gave us something to remember. We didn't feel like we were shoved down with ads. I mean, minus the Chad Gable one, but everything kind of sold you to whereas like it didn't feel like ad nauseum. It felt like a
Mm-hmm.
wrestling show. To me, it did. I felt like this was good. So I was pretty surprised, honestly. Where we go from here after this, man, there's so much that I could just talk about that I really hope we probably build towards Kevin Owens chasing the WWE title, coming back. Maybe we're gonna get a Sami Zayn hovering over the WWE title with Kevin Owens and CM Punk. I would love to see Finn Balor kind of go on a chase and a tirade for the title. Maybe we can see the Demon come back finally. Nick Aldis being in charge of SmackDown again, being reinstated. I really hope it's a short term thing, and we can see him wrestle more. And allegedly, the Dirt Sheets are saying that this isn't the last match. There's going to be more.
Okay.
On the Raw side of things, Roman, maybe it's going to be Oba and Roman because one of the promos, Oba did say he didn't want Jey Uso to be champion. He wanted the other Hanawati member, and he wanted Roman. So Imagine Oba beats Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I could
Can
see
you imagine?
Roman. I could see Roman throwing the bloodline in front of Oba first to kind of like lead up to like he has to go through all the other members to get to Roman. Like go through Jimmy, go through Jay, go through Jacob. Give me that. Give me the werewolf versus the ruler. Give me that all day. Yes, Oba has a advantage on Jacob. He's bigger. Like he's bigger than Oba. Like well, Jacob's Oba's bigger than Jacob. He's got a weight. He's got more weight on Jacob. But as Jacob says, he's all gas and no brakes with it.
Hmm. And it's only going to be a matter of time before we see things unravel as we head our way to Survivor Series and whatever premium live event comes before that.
I think we have Money in the Bank still. We still have Money in the Bank, I believe.
Oh my gosh! So we interesting. Oh yeah, that's right. It is Money Big is a little later on, isn't it? It's going to be New Orleans,
They
correct?
usually they've usually already had it by now.
I was going to say Money in the Bank got pushed back to a little later. Now it's going to be in New Orleans.
Yep.
So I guess that gives it more time to marinate,
No,
and
the reason they pushed it back and are doing New Orleans, if you remember, New Orleans was supposed to host WrestleMania this past April,
that's
but
right.
Vegas paid more, so now they're doing fan service to New Orleans, trying to give them something, and since they took away their WrestleMania.
Let's just hope we can have something good to sink your teeth into, and we have a longer build on the road towards Survivor Series, and eventually on the road to WrestleMania. We're
My
almost there. We're
overall
almost there.
Yep. My overall grade for night two and night one combined is a B minus for SummerSlam. This was a first too. This was the first 2 night SummerSlam in WWE's history. So I'd give it a B minus. Like there's a lot. There's gonna be a lot to happen. Like I said with Oba, and then like you have Kevin Owens who just came back and won the number one contender spot for CM Punk's title. What my question is, what's next with Cody? Where do we see the American Nightmare go now? Please let him stay away from the title scene for a little bit. Let him stay away for a little bit.
Let him fight Randy Orton for a little bit. Let him get his licks in on Randy, get his revenge, and then rebuild Cody Rhodes into what he needs to be.
Homelander, they need to pull the damn trigger and make him a heel.
I mean, Randy Orton is a very popular wrestler. There's no denying
You
that.
know what? You know who I wish was still in WWE right now that can help to also pull Cody in that heel direction? Killer Cross.
Hey, you know what? Never say never. Never say never.
Because because before he left, he was in Sami Zayn's head. He was in Sami Zayn's head, and I think it's finally starting to show that Karen Cross was right about Sami. He's fed up. He's ready to do what he has to do.
And we're finally going to see the big grandiose plan revealed all along. So I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow on Monday, right?
Yeah, we definitely will. I enjoy doing this reaction episode. I enjoy getting to watch SummerSlam with you, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And I can't wait to, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure you tune in Tuesday night. On Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be doing a watch along for Dark Side of the Rings episode on WCW's Renegade. So make sure you tune in. It'll be me, myself, the Media Maverick Mike Weldon, with the modern day gentleman Jerry Swirls. And Jerry, do you have anything left to say after SummerSlam? Do you have anything left to say to our viewers who also like watched it? Like, what do you have left to say to them?
I only have this to say. SummerSlam's night 1 and 2. Nailed it. And we will see you
Oh,
next time this Tuesday.
at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the Dark Side of the Ring watch along. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you catch us on the flip side.